and welcome to the Veeam Studio. I'm Jason Werner, Product Marketing Manager with Veeam, and today I'm joined by Zeb Ahmed from IBM. Welcome, Zeb.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Tell us a little bit about your role at IBM and your relationship with Veeam.
So I was on the VMware product management team recently. I have moved to the IBM GTS services, which is really around the migration practice. So I'm leading the product team there.
Their legendary global technology services.
That's right. That's the team that did all the services, migrations, very hands-on approach, yeah.
Fantastic. This is the second year that IBM has been a sponsor at VeeamON. Welcome back. In fact, this is our second interview in 2 years here at the VeeamON studio.
I love it. I've seen the growth that Veeam has gone through. I mean, even prior to IBM, I've been engaged with Veeam at various levels, various companies, and I've seen what Veeam has done over the last 3-4 years of VeeamONs. I'm very excited to be here, yeah.
And IBM is an excellent partner. It's fantastic to have you in our ecosystem, and we're thrilled to be part of yours.
And you guys are great partners too. I mean, I think over the last few years we've seen it's really a symbiotic relationship we've built, and it's great to have a partner who actually cares and listens to you. Initially, a couple of years ago when we partnered with Veeam, the goal was to really solve for the VMware backups. But as we onboarded that and we started talking about these additional use cases in the IBM larger story, which involved, bare metal servers, involved, AIX workloads, some of these other things, because a lot of our enterprise customers were asking for a single solution that could check all those boxes. And just given the amount of data that these customers have, you're talking petabytes and petabytes of data, right? So we needed, something that could be cost effective, yet check all those boxes. So I'm very happy that some of these new things and technologies and new feature sets that are coming out recently, such as the cloud object storage or the AIX support and the bare metal support, that we could essentially have a single consolidated solution to solve for all of those.
Excellent point. Veeam this year has been talking a lot about hyper availability. We've been talking about data is more hypercritical now. Yeah. There's hyper sprawl of data. There's hyper growth. Tell us a little bit about how IBM Cloud and IBM Solutions can help customers deal with those problems.
This is very relevant to IBM, because we really focus on the enterprise market. And when you're talking these large banks or you're talking about the airlines, et cetera, they have tremendous amount of data that needs to be backed up and protected in the cloud. And that was a barrier to entry in the cloud for them, because they needed a solution to not only support the VMware platform or the virtual platform, but also all these other solutions that they had in a very cost-effective manner. And when you're talking petabytes of data, and when you're backing that up with a solution, it can be very, very costly. So we needed these services and features that could manage those backups in a cost-effective manner. So the cloud object storage was a great feature set that was released recently.
Fantastic. And IBM Cloud, you're a major player in the cloud marketplace. Tell us about your place with enterprise customers and what you've been able to achieve in the last couple of years with IBM Cloud.
The approach we've taken is, again, we're on the enterprise market, right? So we really focus on that. Some of our customers, American Airlines, TD Bank, financial sector, healthcare, very big on. These customers, even though cloud's been out there for a very long time, they've had challenges with cloud, right? They've had security concerns, and they have compliance reasons why they haven't shifted to cloud. So we've really taken the approach of solving for those. So now companies we're seeing are coming to IBM and saying, you know what, we believe IBM is the right partner because it's more secure, can provide us the compliancy, in cloud and ensure that our data is protected.
Speaking of partners, I know that VMware and IBM Cloud have a very strong relationship. VMware and Veeam also have had a long relationship, very strong relationship. Tell us about your strategy for VMware solutions on IBM Cloud.
Yeah, it's a great question. And I get that asked all the time. Our strategy is a little bit different than all the other players out there that are using VMware. And we want to make VMware, consumable in a very automated fashion. We also want to make sure that the existing VMware customers on premises can extend that environment into cloud in a seamless fashion. So we've really automated a lot of our VMware deployments. We were the first ones to take Cloud Foundation to market. We recently announced HCX as well, that provides seamless migration capabilities. And then obviously leveraging a lot of the partners that we have that can provide additional and software use cases like data protection and resiliency and those types of things.
Gotcha. You mentioned business resiliency. I know that there's been some announcements with the Global Technology Services team and adding Veeam to their portfolio. Tell us how Veeam fits into that offering.
So I'm super pleased on how Veeam has evolved within IBM.
It really has been an evolving relationship,
Oh,
hasn't
yes.
it? And quickly.
Very, very quickly, right? So we started with the VMware platform, and then we needed to get the services teams onboarded because, yes, we automated the Veeam functionality where customers could come in and deploy the VMware stack, lay Veeam on top, and do all of that. But then our enterprise customers were asking for more services. They wanted somebody to come in and take a hands-on approach and take them through the whole journey of onboarding Veeam in IBM. So our services teams, GTS and GBS, they have been onboarding Veeam and to provide the end-to-end solution for those customers.
Veeam on IBM Cloud is a little unique. One of the great solutions for customers is taking their Veeam deployment and extending it into the IBM Cloud. Tell us a little bit about how Veeam and IBM work technically together and how that really distinguishes IBM Cloud in the market.
Yeah, there's a lot of very cool things that customers can do, especially, so for example, an on-premises customer is using Veeam Today and they want to do backups into the cloud, or if they're doing a lift and shift into the cloud and they want to continue using Veeam. We give our customers full access to the bare metal in the hypervisor. That's one of the huge points that we make to the customers. You're not limited to just what a service provider has abstracted to you, right? You can get full vCenter access, do whatever, use all the capabilities Veeam has today. Then also, we all know who understand data protection and backups. If you're doing offsite backups or replication, network is a huge dependency, right? That really drives how much you can back up, how quickly you can back up. So with the connectivity that we have in place across the globe and the network that we have, it gives you full visibility into what the latency is going to be, what the connectivity is, and you can seamlessly do the backups for free. You don't pay anything for that.
Cost is a huge, and budgeting factors are a huge consideration when it comes to backup, and having that backbone for free is an excellent strategy for IBM. I certainly, if I was a customer, I would be looking for a partner that would allow me to put my backups and replicas where they need to be based on strategy, not budget.
Totally. I mean, so even prior to IBM, I've worked with various CSPs, and that was one of the biggest topic of conversation is when you are designing a solution for DR or backup, for example, you start looking into and getting those conversations going with the customer. What does that pipe look like? What is the size? How much data needs to traverse that pipe? And those conversations are usually very complicated, because customers usually don't know how much data is being backed up or what those requirements are. So having that private connectivity, you totally avoid that conversation because it's wide open to you. Doesn't matter how much data you have, doesn't matter how quickly you need to do it. It's already there. You start using it right away.
Customers have a lot of choices today, especially in the cloud and on-premises solution arena. Why IBM today?
So, I think IBM has taken an approach of, I call it the 2T approach. So one is the transition and the transformation. So we are not only your partners in making that journey from on-premises to cloud much easier, but also we are helping you transform your business and take it to the next level. And I think the enterprise market is looking for somebody like that, right? And I think IBM, in my opinion, is the only company out there in the world that can provide you that service. We make that initial discovery assessment from on-premises and helping that transition phase, and then we go up the stack once you migrate to the cloud and help you transform and take a very hands-on approach and help you along the process.
Zeb, thank you for joining me in the studio today.
Very happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm Jason Werner. Thanks for joining us.